Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome back to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest update. We start with Frankie de Jong, as it has been reported that the Barcelona staff trust that they can count on the midfielder for the upcoming Clasico in the Copa del Rey and they will not rush his recovery. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about Julian Araujo, who was transferred to Barca in January, who plays for the Barca Athletic side now. Of course, it has been reported that the Barca newcomer is struggling to adapt to the playing style in training. We are also going to be discussing more on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch right up to the very end. Barcelona have been harrowed by injuries in the midst of the international break, with a host of their star players currently sidelined and confirmed to be ruled out for the upcoming second leg affair against Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey semi-final. Pedri and Andreas Christensen have been ruled out for sure, while Ousmane Dembele too looks likely to miss the clash. One player who could make it back in time is Frankie de Jong. A recent report from Mundo Deportivo has offered an update on the fitness of de Jong, suggesting that there is a sense of hope within the Barca camp that the midfielder might be able to play against Real Madrid. Although de Jong's early return can be seen as a risk by many, the club believe his thigh injury is not very serious. Such was confirmed even by his Dutch teammate Memphis Depay just before the international break. Therefore, Barcelona are hoping to count on the services of Frankie de Jong against Real Madrid. With Pedri already injured, the club believe the absence of the Dutchman could lead to problems in ball retention against Los Blancos. However, Barcelona will not take any unnecessary risk with Frankie de Jong. The club's doctors are hesitant when it comes to speeding the midfielder's recovery, knowing he might play a crucial role during the final phase of this campaign. That said, losing the Copa del Rey would mean that Barcelona will have nothing to play for other than the league title. Hence, we may see a push from the club's part to make Frankie de Jong a part of the Copa Clasico next month. That is April 5th. So Frankie de Jong, of course, picked up a knock and it came as a big blow for us. This international break, just like the one last year in October, has come with its own demerits. And of course, in a crucial point of the season where we are supposed to be, winning games, having our key players fit, and unfortunately, injuries have not allowed us. Pedri is still out. Ousmane Dembele is still out. Of course, Ronald Araujo also picked up a slight injury playing for Uruguay in the international break, but it's still unknown if he will be there for the Clasico. Frankie de Jong, of course, who has been very, very crucial in the way we play and one of the best players that, we have had this season, also picked up an injury, of course, but luckily enough, even confirmed by Memphis Depay himself, that the injury was not that too serious. So we just have to keep fingers crossed, hoping that things might go well for Frankie de Jong's recovery. But Barca are emphasizing that they won't rush Frankie de Jong back. Just in case they realize that the injury of Frankie de Jong is serious than expected, they won't rush him. Despite having Real Madrid to play on April 5th, which will be a crucial encounter, no doubt. Of course, we need to have our key players fit and not just like we are forcing them to be in the game, but at least they should be fit naturally. So let's hope that Frankie de Jong, his recovery can be speed up so that he can feature in that game against Los Blancos. Of course, we know that we are a little bit of an advantage in that Copa del Rey after winning 1-0 at the Santiago Bernabeu. Of course, it's still a very, very tricky affair with the Clasico. It is no news that we can't we can't be overconfident heading into it. Even if we are playing at the Camp Nou, it doesn't mean that it's an automatic thing that we are going to win because we won at the stadium. Of course, we all know that in this fixture, away results have been very easy to come by, right? So we just have to hope that Barcelona can make use of the 1-0 that they had at the Santiago, capitalize on it, and they shouldn't be carried away by it. That's just what I pray for. They shouldn't be carried away by it because Real Madrid are a very dangerous team and we just need to be very, very cool, calm, and collected. And I think the result will go away on the night of the Clasico on April 5th. Then on to the next story of discussion. Julian Araujo caused quite a controversy during the end of the January transfer window when Barcelona had completed the paperwork just 18 seconds late, leading to much speculations on whether or not the transfer was valid. While Barca did officiate the move later in February, the club and the player are still awaiting a verdict from the Court of Arbitration of Sport, that is the CAS. Until then, the player has been forced to train for the Barca athletic team. He cannot play official matches until a verdict is given. A recent report from Dario Sport has offered an update on Julian Araujo's progress at Camp Nou so far, suggesting that the right back is having difficulties settling into the new conditions. The report claims that the defender is struggling to understand Barcelona's positional play. He is more accustomed to Mexico's style of play and cannot transition into a style that revolves around possession and positional awareness. The fact that Araujo is not eligible to appear in any games adds to the problems of the former LA Galaxy starlet. That said, Barca Athletic coach Rafael Marquez is closely monitoring the player's progress. He is trying everything he can to help his compatriot get used to the Barca style of play. Even manager Xavi Hernandez has called Julian Araujo into training with the first team on more than one occasion. It was difficult, or let me say it was expected that Araujo would initially find it difficult to settle in quickly. The club are hoping that the player would improve as time progresses, and with proper on-field action, he could adapt far more quickly. So only time will tell what the future holds for this young man as he seeks to become successful in one of the most prestigious clubs in world football. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.